Welcome to day 2 of the 60-day Reclaim Your Health Challenge. And it's real exciting to be back here as we're walking through this path of reclaiming our health, isn't it? So yesterday we talked a lot about barley max and why it was so important to get it into our diet first thing every day. That's the most important thing we do. We also take it throughout the day at lunch and at dinner and so forth. But we always want to get it in no matter how we do it, whether it's in juice or in any other way we can do that. We just want to get it in our body.
And we found different ways how to put it in our body, and today we're going to talk about one other way on how to get barley max into our body. We also talked about what we should do with bananas and how we should store those and freeze them.
So hopefully you froze some bananas last night and you have some bananas that are nice and ready to go like we do here. So you ready to make a banana, I guess it's a banana smoothie or a barley max smoothie?
I think it's called a barley max.
A barley max smoothie. So we're ready to make a barley max smoothie
I
this
think
morning.
we are.
Okay.
You start with your blender, whatever you have at home.
Whatever type of blender you have at home is great. We're going to be using the Blendtec here.
So you pour 1 cup of water into the blender.
And in case we didn't mention it yesterday, we always like to use cool water when we make our barley max, just because the cool water does make the barley max taste a little better.
And of course the water we use is distilled water because it's the most purest water that you can find.
And the purer the water, the tastier the barley max will be. So it's real important to get some really good pure water and to have it nice and cool.
I agree.
So you put a cup of water in there.
I did.
And what's the next thing we put in? Our bananas that we froze yesterday?
I put some of the barley max.
Put some barley max in first, okay?
That way it's put in the water and it kind of goes well.
So we're going to put a teaspoon of barley max in there. And then the next thing to put in are the bananas.
Yeah, we put the bananas in too.
And as you see, yesterday we froze these wonderful looking bananas. They're
Beautiful.
nice and they're nice and hard from being frozen. So we'll put those in. So we'll put 2 bananas in this, is that correct?
That's about right. And this is supposed to be for one person.
For one person, okay. That's a lot of bananas for one person.
Some parsley. Why would we use parsley?
Oh, because it adds some nutrition to the not that there's already not plenty of nutrition in there, but it just adds additional nutrition. And with the bananas and so forth, you won't even know that it's there, and it just really continues to add more nutrients to it.
A lot of vitamin K, and it's also quite fragrant.
Okay, great. So we put the 4 ingredients:
That's right.
water, barley max, bananas, and parsley. And then we're just going to turn it on for a few minutes. Maybe. If we push the right buttons, we will turn it on for a right few minutes. Now on this, what I'm doing is putting it on beverages, and then the cycle is smoothie. If I push the right button, it'll come a lot better. And that looks like it made a pretty good smoothie.
Sure does. In fact, if you want, we can share it.
That'd be wonderful. So you want to pour it in the glasses
Sure,
here?
go ahead.
Nice and
Beautiful.
smooth. Look at that. It's like a pretty lime green almost.
Like pistachio.
Pistachio, absolutely.
And that green comes from the barley max as well as from the
Parsley. So you want to give it a try?
Oh, it's nice and cold.
It is. It's. You know, when you first start to taste it, you can smell the parsley.
I sure can.
But it's really not there in the flavor.
Not in the flavor.
Very,
The banana.
very little. The banana completely masked all the flavor from the barley max and from the parsley.
But it sure smells good.
And it's a great way, kids would love this.
Oh, yeah.
Great way to get the family to just trying the barley max. Try making this barley max smoothie today at home, and tell us how it is. Send us a comment on the blog or through the email, and we'd be happy to hear how you like the barley max smoothie.
It's cold, it's refreshing, and you got your barley max for the morning.
Absolutely. Well, this is incredible. Look at all of the fruits and vegetables that we brought back when we went shopping today.
Oh, what
That's
a
really
fun
neat.
time that was. I love grocery shopping nowadays.
Nowadays, now at times. But it's really pretty neat because when you look at all of this, I mean, we really stayed over in the produce section, and it's unbelievable the number of things and the variety that you can find in the produce section of the grocery stores.
It's interesting because many times people skirt around the produce section and they stop there for bananas and apples. But there's so much more there than what you expect.
So we really wanted to show you some of the variety, and this is just a Just the start. I mean, there's so many different things that you can get in the fresh fruits and vegetables section.
So let's start with the vegetables.
That sounds great to me.
Many times we're used to just getting head lettuce, otherwise known as iceberg lettuce. So what we want to do is give you some other ideas on what types of leafy greens you can add to your diet. What we've got here is we've got way in the back, go ahead and fix that up if you like.
Sure.
Believe it or not, these are fresh, beautiful dandelion greens. And beside them is kale. And these are some extraordinarily nutrient-rich types of greens that you can place both in your salads as well as in your smoothies. You can even steam some of these, and they're just delightful.
And you have some collards that are here as well, which fall right in that same category as some of the most nutritious vegetables that there are.
That's exactly right. So again, you can put these in your smoothies, you can put these in your salads, or you can steam them. Our goal is to get as many leafy greens into our diet as we can throughout the day.
Yeah. And we haven't talked about juicing yet, and we'll be talking about that in the future, but we use these greens as the base in so a lot of the juices that we make. This is a real staple for our lifestyle that we use.
These are the prettiest dandelion greens, and they're so high in iron, so high in vitamin K as with the other leafy greens, just beautiful.
They are. They're really pretty neat.
Cabbage, of course, is a cruciferous plant, and you want to have as many of these as you can in your diet, along with some of the little baby, I forgot these good.
Brussels sprouts?
Brussels sprouts, that's what those are.
And Brussels sprouts are great raw. Most people have never had them raw,
That's
but they
right.
really are flavorful when they're raw.
Just like asparagus, we're getting certain seasons, times of the year you can have asparagus. Try those raw. They're really quite good. So it's interesting because many of us think we've only had green peppers, but believe it or not, there are multiple colored peppers.
Oh, and they're beautiful.
If you can get the rainbow variety of different types of colors in your diet, you're going to find that you become much healthier. And these are sweet, just sweet.
You know, a lot of times we like to go and pick up a little package of peppers like what you have in your hand there. And we'll take these when we travel and buy a bag or a package of these, and then we just sit there and munch on them as we're driving.
That's exactly right.
Even around the kitchen we do that.
We do. They're actually there's quite a bit of water in them, so they're good for hydration, and of course they have a lot of nutrient value.
And they're sweet.
Now the fruits, let's not forget the fruits because everybody loves fruit. And again, we said earlier, most people are familiar with your typical bananas, apples, and oranges. But how many of us have tried a pineapple? Do you know how to cut a pineapple? What about these little guys? Believe it or not, these are coconuts. And there will be a segment soon where we're going to teach you how to open up a coconut. High in electrolytes and just the most delightful flavor that you'll ever have, not just in the water, but also in the meat.
You know, this is the traditional coconut people think of, but there's several different varieties from this one to the Thai young coconuts that we enjoy a lot.
That's right.
And through this class we'll talk about the different types of coconuts that there are.
So take a look again around your grocery store, but don't go anywhere around the perimeter of it. Go directly to the produce section and explore all the different experiences that you're going to find. And each week, buy one vegetable and or fruit that you've never had before and experiment with it.
You know, this is one of the vegetables that we like that is so different, and you wouldn't know what it is from looking at it if you've never had it.
Looks like a rock.
It looks like a rock, but it's actually an jicama. And did I say that right?
Yes.
Yes. You looked at me kind of
Well, I
interestingly.
thought you were hiccuping.
No, it's an jicama. but when you slice the skin off of this and then cut it, it's delicious and it's so juicy and crispy. But there's things like this that you've never tried before that are just incredible. And so experiment, as Anna's saying.
Again, one thing we want to warn you, don't buy all this if there's only one or two of you in your home. This won't last as long as you think. And so you want to make sure that you only buy enough for about 5 days. And then you can go back to the grocery store and try something else. Try a different color, try a different variety. And each week you're going to explore. You're going to have different taste sensations. It'll be beautiful.
Absolutely. So enjoy the fruits and vegetables, and we'll see you in the next section. You know, when we start the How We Eat diet, we really want to start getting the body to cleansing and moving and the elimination of waste through the colon particularly, but all through the body. And to do that, we use Fiber Cleanse. We talked about this in our preview.
We talked about it earlier. And so now we're going to talk about it today and
Yeah.
how we actually do this at home.
And so what we start with is some apple juice.
Good quality apple juice.
Good quality apple juice, and we fill our personal blender right up to the line, and this is for 2 of us. So if you were one person, you would actually use the smaller version of the personal blender.
Half that size, about.
And then we take, and for each person, we put in a nice tablespoon of Fiber Cleanse.
What I recommend for you is if you've never tried this before, start with apple juice or take it with one of the flavors in it.
And then just like the Barley Max that we demonstrated, we just put it on there for a short period of time.
Not real good in a shaker cup, just like the Barley Max is not.
This
Look how
works.
smooth that is.
It does. It does a nice job being smooth. And then we pour it into the glass. Now what we want to do is we want to drink this right away. We don't want to let it sit around because it'll get thick. The herbs in there will start to thicken up and it'll make it like a mud pudding to try to drink, and it doesn't drink, then you need a spoon and it doesn't work so well.
It's based with psyllium seed, which again thickens. And the whole purpose of this is so that it acts like a broom, goes through your intestines, goes through your colons, and starts sweeping away all the bad things. And leaves room for all the good, clean ones.
Yep. And so, you want to try it?
Oh, no problem. I like
Here
this
we go.
stuff.
That's really pretty good if you put it into an apple juice or an orange juice, or try one of the flavors. We either have the green apple or we have the lemon. And then after we drink the Fiber Cleanse throughout the morning, we always try to drink it in the morning, someplace before noon, but we consume 1 to 2 glasses of fresh water to help expand and help it do its job. And so we want to stay good and hydrated when we take our Fiber Cleanse.
Through the rest of the day, continue to keep drinking.
And what we're looking for is 2 to 3 healthy bowel movements every day. And this will help us get on the way of detoxing and cleansing the body.
Remember to take this once a day for about 3 months, and then you work your way into some other type of fiber we'll talk about later.
Absolutely. So if you want to know more about Fiber Cleanse, go to our website and just look up, learn more about Fiber Cleanse, and there'll be a lot more information there for you. So take your Fiber Cleanse and get the body moving. All right. So how was that Barley Max yesterday? I trust you got it in. It's so important for us to get that Barley Max going and taking it every day. And when you took it yesterday, now we need you to make sure to take it again today because
Yeah.
it's so important for us to do it.
And cold water, it tastes pretty good, and every day it'll taste even better.
Now, if you took it yesterday and it wasn't as palatable or you didn't like the way it tasted, try it a little different today. So if you did it in water yesterday, try it in apple juice today. Or if you did apple juice yesterday and you didn't like it, try it in orange juice or something else.
Remember, we put it in a smoothie this morning.
And so, we're trying to show you different ways in which you can get the Barley Max in because it's so important to get those nutrients into our bodies.
And then, of course, we introduced Fiber Cleanse to you today.
And so, the Barley Max will help feed the cells, and the Fiber Cleanse will help to get things moving and to really help to start cleansing the body of all the toxins that have built up over all those years. So try to get those into us and tell us how it's going. Tell us whether it worked for you and what didn't work so that we can address that in future shows.
Want to talk about this lady?
Absolutely.
Here's another example of a lady who within 1 week had lots of wonderful experiences within this diet. She says, it's only been a week on the Helia diet, and I've already noticed a difference that I've had more energy most of the week than I've had before. The recipes that I've tried with Rhonda's cookbook have been very tasty, considering I never even liked the taste of raw vegetables in the past. She went on to say that she hasn't been hungry throughout the week, except for in the mornings because she's used to having a bigger breakfast. So for that, I applaud her. She took a week, she worked on it, and now she's feeling the results already.
That's really neat, and it doesn't take that long. And she's already starting to know the difference. It's getting the nutrients in and starting to get the toxins out that just transforms the body just so quickly. It's really pretty wild.
And it's a real synergistic effect. Not only are we changing our our diet, but we're adding more nutrients, not just in our plate, but also with the Barley Max, with additional smoothies. And we have to get rid of those bad ones, so we take the Fiber Cleanse in there as well.
Now today we showed about going shopping and selecting vegetables and fruits. And that's
Oh,
a really
yes.
neat and important section, isn't it?
Wasn't that just beautiful, all those vegetables and fruits that we had on
Oh,
our
it's
counter?
incredible. People don't realize what variety there are with fruits and vegetables. We're used to the standard American diet. When you really think about what the standard American diet is, it's really the same old, same old, same old every day. It's the same thing, just you kind of rotate. People find they get stuck into just 15 different
Recipes.
meals. Yeah.
I remember the years that I couldn't figure out another way to make chicken. It was driving me crazy. It was.
But there are actually thousands of different varieties of vegetables.
There are.
And most people have never experienced them. It's just foreign to them.
So if you have gone grocery shopping, haven't gone yet, we encourage you to go and make sure you put a rainbow of colors in your grocery cart. But be careful not to buy too many, because even though they all look exciting and you want to eat them all, they won't probably stay as long in your refrigerator as your tummy's going to be able to handle them all. So just wait until the next grocery shopping experience and then buy a few different kinds.
Yeah. Now, tomorrow is going to be really neat because we're going to show you what to do with all those vegetables and how to prepare them in a way that you'll be able to have them easy access and ready for you when you come home at night, or when you're ready to make a salad to go to work or whatever it is, how you prepare it to where it's all ready and so easy. We call it a salad box. And it's really incredible to see how that works.
Makes it a lot more efficient in your time and your resources.
So join us tomorrow, because that'll be an exciting part of the program that we do tomorrow.
So we look forward to having you, and don't forget to talk to us. We're going to be on the blog.
Absolutely. So we'll see you in day 3 tomorrow.